Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Cash Line. This is the D to the L to the N, the dlnsports, that DFS site you can come to get that good data and that good research and help you get to that cash line, win you some money. Had a somewhat bad night last night with the Cavs going down and with LeBron having a bad game. But made my the other day I got a call, well, a message first and then a call from a guy from overseas who said he was watching my podcast and watching the show. Yeah, I said overseas, not United States, overseas. Said he was watching my podcast, watching my show, and told me to keep doing my thing, and people got their eye on me. So it made me feel good. Really made my night, even though my Cavs lost, I was okay. So we're gonna jump right into it. The Cavs lost 111 to 108. They blew a big lead. But the big baller, the shot caller, the slate changer last night was Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart at 5,800 went off, got 50 fantasy points. Really did his thing. Really took the pace of the game, changed the flow of the game. It almost like they played actually better without Isaiah Thomas, which is crazy to say, but they did. Marcus Smart went 25, 5, and 7. Hit 7 threes. When you seen that? You know what I mean? So he had a really good game. Then you got your butt squeaker of the day. The butt squeaker of the day was Urepko from Boston, 2K. And he went off for that 2K. Only played 13 minutes, but he got enough points to really return all that value for you. And your other butt squeaker of the night was Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk went 15, 3, and 2. Can you believe that? Yeah, Olynyk did his thing. Like he goes from butt squeaker to maggot overnight. He does it all the time. And the maggot of the night, yeah, this hurts me, y'all. This one hurts. This hurts to even say this. I've never said this before. But the maggot of the night was LeBron James, the king. You know what I mean? He had a bad game, 11, 6, and 6. And for $12,000, that ain't going to get it done. So, yeah, LeBron James was the maggot of the day. And like I said, it was a whole different flow to the game with Thomas out and Marcus Smart starting, and Smart went crazy. Bradley had a good game. Bradley went 23 and 4, hit the game-winning shot. Then at your point, you had your Kyrie. Yeah, he went 29, 2, and 7, had a good game. Smith was 13 and 8. Like I said, LeBron James at that 11, 6, 6, that price point, y'all. That was a terrible game, but I'm going right back to him. Believe that. Kevin Love was one of the big ballers, one of the shot callers last night. The only reason he didn't make the list was because they lost the game, and that's what made Marcus Smart be that big baller shot caller, that slate changer, y'all. Down deep, Tristan Thompson was like a man among boys. If you watch the game, he was handling his business down there. I don't know if it's that Kardashian love or whatever he's doing, whatever he getting is working for him, because he's a grown man down there now. On the other side of that, you had Al Horford, who had 16, 2, and 6, had a good game. Your Amir Johnson, only them. Now, them butt squeakers I gave you yesterday, they didn't really work, because you had Rozier only got 2 points, Brown only got 7 points, because the game stayed so close that they didn't get to run, they didn't get to play. The starters played almost the whole game. Like Marcus Smart had like 40 minutes. You know what I mean? So you knew he wasn't going. Yeah, them butt squeakers didn't work out last night, y'all, because of the change of the game. I'm thinking it was going to be a blowout. Vegas said it was going to be a blowout. Like I said, I usually roll with Vegas, but Vegas was wrong this time. Now let's move on to tonight's game. Tonight's game was Game 4. We got Golden State at the Spurs. If Golden State win this game, this DFS for the NBA basketball is over. Jumping right into the football. Might mess with the baseball just a little bit. But I'm going to jump mostly into the football and the preseason and start learning them rookies and the tendencies and what the teams like to do and how their defenses look. And so that way, by the time Game 1 start, I'm going to have this whole thing going. I got my video problems fixed and all that thing. Apologize for that. And got a nice little upgrade on that. So everything's going to be cool. Now tonight we got, like I said, if the Warriors win, it's over. David Lee's out. It looked like Kawhi's doubtful. Looked like he probably ain't gonna play. They probably ain't gonna risk him in a 3-0 series that they're gonna lose anyway. Pop, he could right at the game time decide Kawhi gonna play, but right now as it is, it don't look like he gonna play. So you gotta roster it accordingly to that. At point guard, you got Steph Curry at 9,600. They pretty much all at the same price points, y'all. Klay Thompson at 6K, Durant at 10K. You got to wait and see what's going on with that Pachulia injury. If he don't play, I'm going right back to the McGee thing. But now that I think of it again, I don't think because they jumped his price. McGee's up to, well, no, he's only up to like 2,700. So I will go back to the McGee thing if Pachulia's out. You got your Draymond Green at 7,900. Now you got to remember the butt squeakers over there with Leonard out. You can go back to Kyle Anderson. You can go back to Kyle Anderson. You can go back to DeJounte Murray. You can go back to Ginobili. But like I said, you got to be careful with Ginobili because in a blowout, he ain't going to play the whole game. You got your Patty Mills, who's a continuous maggot. He's a continuous maggot. He starts every game ever since Parker went out and ain't did nothing yet. So, and like I said, as far as that Green go, the Green for Boston up top, he's one of them continuous maggots too. Because the other day I switched him out with Jaylen Brown. Took Jaylen Brown out, put Gerald Green in. Once I found out he was starting for Boston, and what did I do that for? Please believe it. He's a true butt squeaker. He ain't never got to worry about me messing with him again. Please believe that. But back to that Warriors Spurs game. Then you got your Deadmans and Gasol and people like that. Like I said, Aldridge and Green at 7,800, 7,900. They've kind of been canceling each other out, playing good D on each other. Neither one of them is really blown, but they've been getting decent games. I've been staying away from them because I've been more playing 7,900 for Draymond Green. I'd rather pay up a little bit and go get Steph Curry or Kevin Durant or LeBron or somebody like that, and then pay down at the center position with a Dedmon or a McGee or even a Tristan Thompson, something like that. So like I said, it's over with if Golden State wins. You got your Jonathan Simmons you got to think about too, but his price has moved up. I think he had like 5,200 now. When he was down in them fours and them threes when Kawhi first went down, I was all over him. But at 5,200, I'm probably gonna leave him alone because his ceilings came down. At 5,200, if he gets you 30, that's pretty much his highest game, and that's what he got to do to hit value for you. And I don't see him doing that. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Dan _ DLN Sports, and on YouTube, the CASHLINE, DLN Sports. DLN Sports, the CASHLINE, that's on YouTube. So my plays of the day, y'all. My plays of the day for the night slate is going to be LeBron James, 12-5. You know what I mean? I'm going back to him like they don't play till tomorrow, but he will be on the plays of the day for me. I'm going right back to him. I ain't getting ready to run away from it because he had a bad game. A lot of people going to run, but that's going to be a beautiful thing because he'll be low owned. And so I'm going back to the king. I'm going back to Marcus Smart. Starting at point guard, as long as he's starting at point, he ain't no Patty Mills. He ain't replacing Tony Parker and coming there and run around with the ball. Marcus Smart, and when he comes in, he playing and he's starting. He's getting 40 minutes. You can't ask for much more than that. 5,800. He gonna get you that value. And like last night, he's 6, 7, 8 times that value for you. So if you had Smart, but you didn't have LeBron, you in the cash right now. But like I said, I'm going right back to that LeBron James well, and I'm gonna wear it out. Now I got Kevin Durant. I think that blowout's going to come from Curry or Durant, or maybe both of them. So I need a piece of that. So I'm going Kevin Durant, and I'm going David Bertans. And my butt squeaker today is Bertans, because with David Lee out, once Gasol and them boys, and for some reason Pop ain't been playing Dedmon. Now you watch how it go. He'll play him tonight. But with Lee out, but Bertans at 2K. Y'all mark it down at 2K for Bertans. I'm playing him. And I ain't got a problem with you taking a shot at that Dedmon and that Anderson and people like that. Want to give a shout out to Miss Nova Banks and Rachel Banks. I appreciate all the support, the sharing, the likes and everything. Family, just like a daughter to me, you know what I'm saying? So shout out, I appreciate all that, everything you've been doing for me and everything like that. So like I said, y'all, let's go get that money tonight. I'm dumping. I got a lot in on it tonight. I got a good feeling about this ticket. So good luck, everybody. I'll keep y'all informed on Twitter and on YouTube of the injuries and if anything change and things like that. And let's go get this money, y'all. CASHLINE, you know what it is.